Okay, here we go. This is Garrett. The Lord has been really stressing to me how His ways are not our ways. And His thoughts are not like our thoughts. And the way that He views things are not like the way that we view things. Some of the smartest Christians that I have ever known were expecting the 7-year tribulation to start years ago. And they would give us these public warnings how we better move out of Florida because it's going to be flooded, how we better get out of California because the earthquakes are coming, how we better take the money out of the banks because the banks are going to steal it. Now, let me remind you, these warnings were years ago, even 10, 11, 12, 13, 14 years ago. And none of these things have ever happened. And these are some of the smartest Christians I have ever seen. Because our ways are not the Lord's ways. And the way that we figure things out is not the way that God is planning things most of the time. What about all the so-called prophecies about President Trump, about the military taking over, about them arresting all of the criminals in the government? Pretty much none of it has happened, if not none of it. What about the earthquakes in California, the prophecies, the dreams, the visions? None of it has happened. Is there an earthquake coming in the future in California? Well, come on. The whole state is already cracked, halfway leaning into the ocean. You don't have to be a prophet to tell me there's going to be an earthquake in California. Are you kidding me? What about the flooding in Florida? Will it flood in the future? Probably, maybe, yeah. You see, the predictions, the dreams, the visions, most of them are fake. Most of them were faulty. Most of them have been altered. Most of them were never true to begin with. And some of them might be happening in the future, yeah. They might be happening in the future. You see, I thought I was going to be a famous musician with a recording contract. I mean, after all, my own uncle owned one of the largest record companies in Hollywood. I was really good on guitar. We had lots of songs, but nothing ever came of it. Every single record label said no, because the Lord's ways for our lives are not our ways. What He has planned for you and I is not always what we were expecting, what we were hoping for. Do you know, I was engaged to a lady for years and years. I had prophets tell me that we were going to get married. I had prophets tell me that she was meant for me to marry. I had words from God myself, that I was supposed to marry her. You want to know what happened? She got cancer. I waited for her for years and years. Not only did Jesus stop the wedding, not only did He stop all communication between us, He stopped our entire friendship after I waited for her what seemed like forever. The Lord's ways are not our ways. And for those of you who believe in a pre-tribulation rapture, if there was excuse me, if there was even such a thing, which there isn't, it should have happened already. If there was a pre-tribulation rapture, it should have happened already. Are you kidding me? It should have happened. The Lord's ways are not our ways. His thoughts are not our thoughts. His plans are rarely what we are planning. We got to humble ourselves before His power, before His glory, before His wisdom. We got to crush our pride.